Hello visuals, welcome back to the channel and welcome back once again to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we take a look at our bubble making machine and our fishies. That's all we're going to do. That's our water types. Every water type you can catch in Pokemon, we've put in a tube. And we're going to eat them. Really psych, once again, we're here for another Pokemon list, and I've got to give a massive shout out to James in the comments below, who not long ago, was it 3 or 4 weeks ago, we did my top 5 favourite Pokemon anime and film moments. And he mentioned one of his favourite moments was the battle with Paul, and I was like, yes, I completely agree, absolutely adore that battle. And I thought, well, hang on a sec then. Let's do my 5 favourite Ash Ketchum battles, not just battles in general, because I think the most intense battles for me personally as a Pokemon watcher were the ones that Ash was involved in. So I thought, let's do my 5 favourite Ash Ketchum battles, obviously all within inside the anime. That I haven't mentioned any of the film related ones, it's just inside the anime. So my top 5 Ash Ketchum Pokemon battles. As per, I really want to know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I cannot wait for James and other... I'm giving you some web fluid there, for James and everyone else to comment and say my favourite battle was this and this one and that one for X reason and Y reason and X and Y Pokemon. Your thoughts and stuff. I'm still absolutely loving doing these random lists of just Pokemon shenanigans. It must be like, it must be 3, 4, maybe even like 5 months of just random Pokemon lists. I'm so having fun with it. Oh, so having fun with it? The so-so's like I'm so, isn't it? I'm just having so much fun with... Quick shout out, was it last week we uploaded? No, it wasn't last week, it was a couple of weeks ago. We uploaded in one of our lists, didn't we? And what fuck knows what I didn't edit in, even though I watched it back, we just had a Nidoking. Was it our favourite regions? We just had a Nidoking floating in the screen for the entire intro. There we go. That's what you come for, the high quality content of sheer, well thought out and sieved through content of just pure masterpiecery. What the fuck is masterpiecery? Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. But anyway, visuals, this idiot is still going to rank off his 5 favourite Ash Ketchum battles. And like I said, I really can't wait to hear yours. So here we go. Before I do any more mistakes, and we've probably got a fucking, I don't know, a Giratina or a Regice. I don't know why one of them two just floating in the middle of the screen. Let's go on with my number 5 pick. I had trouble saying that. Right, here we go. What we got? Number 5. So we've ranked everybody off. Okay, we've ranked everybody off. I don't know if I hear myself properly. It's been the time of recording. It's WrestleMania weekend, and I watch a lot of wrestling. I've not long been up. I'm putting it down to that. Putting it down to tiredness, not stupidity. Number 5, we've got Brock. Now, I'm gonna say, any sort of version of Ash vs Brock, I would happily put in this because I really love their early day rivalries to their friendship sort of rivalries, you know, their fun battles together. But more specifically, I'm talking about the battle where we eventually go back and we get Pikachu, you know, using the its electricity to hit the water on Onix and whatnot, because I remember my early days of watching Pokemon and seeing Brock rock up with his Onix and just thinking, oh my god, what is this absolute titan of a beast? Is this like some sort of legendary Pokemon? Thinking it was super OP, and for a good while, I always thought Onixes were some of the most hardest and badass Pokemon you'll ever come across. When I was the early players again, I was like, oh my god, it's an Onix. What fuck to you? It was my stupid young kid brain of not having the full context and experience of playing Pokemon for so many years. But when Ash come across Brock and we saw it absolutely not devour, but destroy Pikachu, but the Pikachu come back, yes, it was using its electric type moves and whatnot on a ground type, but it wasn't doing fuck all. I was like, alright, but making the sprinklers go off to use that as its whole shenanigans and whatnot, you'd think amazing. I mean, the whole scenario's fucked up as it is, because you're not really going to get much of a fire in a rock-type gym because, you know, everywhere's rock and made of ground and stuff. You know, everything, you know, that resists fire in the world of Pokemon. Plus, having sprinklers, it's like, oh, if there is a fire, that's going to fuck up my Pokemon. But either way, I don't care. Super anime logic, anime lore, the Padash, make him smart or whatever. But it was, I don't know, it just, because it was his first real challenge, it felt like it was my first real challenge. Obviously the first gym leader we've all ever faced and battled is Brock. We've got a huge history with Brock, and us as Pokemon fans and us as Pokemon players have always got that first ever gym we ever did and accomplished was Brock. And going alongside Ash and taking him on in the anime it always felt big to me. So when he eventually won, I was like, that one's done. What are the rest are going to be like? And just feeling like we really overcome a hurdle. So yeah, number 5 is Brock. 4 is Kukui. Professor Kukui, when Ash eventually become the champion, the first ever champion in Alola. Now, the battle was awesome and amazing. The only reason why I put it down a bit lower, even though it was, you know, after coming off what just happened in Kalos and coming to do this and becoming champion and stuff, you'd expect it to be maybe a bit higher and whatnot for me, but it just felt like it was, the battle didn't live up to the emotion, if you know what I mean. Like, you know when Ash took on fucking thingy in X and Y, and it was Ash Greninja against Mega Charizard. If he had won that and he had lifted a trophy there, it would have felt significantly more like, whereas this time around, it was still badass, it was still amazing, we were still like, yes, get in. I don't know if I felt like the emotion was there, but regardless, it was still a huge moment in our, you know, lives as Pokemon fans, as Ash Ketchum fans, as the fans of the anime and stuff, to watch him lift that trophy with a decent enough team. We had Melmetal in there, Naganador, obviously Pikachu, Incineroar, Rowlet, who am I missing? Lycanroc, Professor Kukui again comes with his own stack team and whatnot, so it wasn't an easy job by any means, and it wasn't an easy battle. It was for hard fought and hard won, and it was still amazing to see him lift the trophy. But we do have a trophy list on this list. Lift on this list that's a lot higher up because of the emotion behind it. But yeah, Professor Kukui was a great battle and it was a great moment, just not as emotional as I thought it would be. Up, it is the one that you mentioned, and I completely agree with you, James. It's the fight against Paul, but more specifically, this moment always bows down to me for the Electivire in Infinite segment. I love that so much. Watching Infinite do his whole, basically his own Goku sort of thing. He's going Super Saiyan, he's going absolutely nuts, and he's fighting off. But the way that the, you know, Torterra getting rattled down, Magmar in there, Gliscor and stuff, the way the Pokemon were going down, and we were going to this final climax of the battle. And I remember they did an episode end, didn't they, where they, you know, they zoom out and they do the still shot, and it was, I think it was either Ash and Paul large in the corners, it was Electivire and Infinite, and they were small. Whichever way it was, I can't remember now, and it does that beautiful little artwork they do, and you're like, oh my god, what's going to happen here? We've got Infinite, who's nearly half dead, and we've got Electivire still relatively fresh. Paul being a great strategist and a great Pokemon battler and using different things and different tactics and using his tentacles and different moves and when he should use them. It was a very intense battle. It was a very stressful, like, how far is he going to get? Come on, Ash, come on. And then, of course, we saw Paul gets a few over on Ash throughout the whole entire arc of the Diamond and Pearl stuff. But it was fantastic. But like I said, it's more specifically the Infinite Electivire moment, which was just so phenomenal to watch. And it was so, you really felt for Infinite and you really felt like, come on. And the personal journey that was there with, obviously, Chimchar originally being Paul leaving it, the whole sort of Charmander parallel story. Ash picking up saying, listen, you can come along with me, we'll do it, you know, and then Infinite really showing Paul, listen, you should have let me go all them years ago, well, not years, but all that time ago, look how strong and powerful I am, we're eventually going to beat you and, you know, knock you out and knock your Electivire out and stuff. So there's so much emotion and so much shit going around it, and it was beautifully animated, it was beautifully written, it was beautifully drawn out, and like I said, the way they were using moves, they could do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. It was all drawn out and done so perfect and beautiful. So yes, his fight, his battle versus Paul, but more specifically because of Infinite and Electivire. 2, we have his fight against Gary in the whole Johto, the Silver Conference, the Silver Conference. Yes, either way, whatever it's called. This one, kind of like the Paul one, it goes mostly down to the Blastoise Charizard battle, because even though we had the rivalry of Gary and Ash, there was also the rivalry of Blastoise and Charizard. You know, as much as I'm hashtag Team Venusaur, they always felt like they were the ultimate rivals, especially I think maybe when you were young and you first get the game and you see the blue copy and the red copy, you think they're the two that are going to butt heads and whatnot. And obviously the most popular starter, especially of this generation, to the second most popular starter. But seeing Gary rise with his Blastoise and Ash eventually rise with his Charizard and having that final face-off was absolutely amazing. But we also had stuff in there like, we had Heracross going in there, we had Golem going in there, we had Bayleaf going in there, who else? We had Nidoqueen was chucking some stuff out there. It was Scizor as well. Gary had a Scizor in that battle as well, didn't he, if I remember correctly. We had a lot of intense moments and a lot of back and forwards. Okay, Ash is up by 2, Ash is down by 1, Gary's up by 1. Okay, we're down to the last 2 Pokemon, 1 Pokemon, oh, we're down to the last, and it's Blastoise and it's Charizard, especially the way as well, Charizard was quite shattered from the battle with Golem because he was the one that eventually took out Golem, wasn't he? And they come out and Blastoise did that whole tactic of, because Ash was making the battlefield really hot, then Blastoise cooled it down, but there was lots of steam everywhere and it just looked amazing. Like I said, the intensity was there, the emotion was there. As much as Gary was Ash's rival, he was our rival as well. We're like, come on Ash, you can fucking do it. This is a little bastard that's been giving you shit, rocking up around the Kanto region with 10 badges, not thinking, where the fuck are them other 2 badges from, you absolute lunatic? You know, you only need 8, I'll get 10, I'll make 2 up and done, dusted his cheerleaders and whatnot. Just absolutely sort of being one step ahead of Ash throughout all of it, and then eventually coming head-to-head in this moment, head-to-head Charizard, head-to-head Blastoise, just phenomenal. Of course, I think it's an obvious one. My favourite battle is against Leon. Now, this was just... speak about the team aspects, how well his Gengar did, Dragonite, Activish, Lucario, Gengar, did I say Gengar? And of course Pikachu, but this is one of the ones where, listen, I've got no shame in admitting, 31-year-old bloke, I don't care, I bawled my absolute eyes out when it was eventually Pikachu against Charizard. We've been large, we've done Mega, we've done Z moves, we've done all the shenanigans we need to do, and watching Pikachu sort of fall down and seeing all these teams and this history of Ash and his legacy of teams just, you know, coming before our eyes and whatnot. Absolutely beautiful and outstanding. That the original song, as I bring out a burp and try and be emotional, just playing away, and you're like, oh my god, I want to be there. And you just seeing all the teams and they're giving Pikachu the nod, and Pikachu gets up and you're like, you deserve this just as much as Ash. Like, literally, you two deserve this so much. Fucking, oh, and it goes at him and he fucking, oh. That's how I describe the match. But it was so beautiful. Leon being an amazing champion. The way that Ash even got there as well, to be fair, because obviously throughout the whole, it was the coronation, was a conference, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, the coronation. He's going up and down, isn't he? Remember to the moment where he kept losing with his Galarian Farfetch. They kept losing, didn't they? And then eventually he was chopped down, we had to go back up and whatnot, and the way he eventually got there. But like I said, the emotional climax to it all, our final farewell, our final battle, our final bow out, swan song with Ash and Pikachu, and the way that we went out with that intense moment and call back to everything these Pokemon we fell in love throughout the years. You know, a lot of Pokemon I fell in love because Ash had them and I got to interact with them throughout different animes and different episodes and stuff. Oh, absolutely on point and just fucking beautiful. And just like the fight with Paul and stuff, this was beautifully animated. This was beautifully well constructed. It was beautifully choreographed and laid out and so well done and well written. The fight versus Leon, pinnacle Pokemon battling to watch. I think that's the right way to say that. There we have it, visuals, my 5 favourite Ash Ketchum Pokemon battles. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. I definitely want to know. And like I said, thank you so much, James, for talking about the comments about the Paul battle, because if you didn't say that, I probably wouldn't have made a list. Very much glad you did, because it was a fun list to make, and it was a fun list as I'm writing it out in my little fucking horrible, tacky, fucking minging, scummy writing. I'm just going back and reliving the episodes to the point where I thought, okay, let's sit down and actually watch the episodes, and we watched them, and like I said, we went through and whatnot. I really just, I want to know what it is about the Kukui battle that was so devoid of emotion, because like I said, I was chuffed that it happened, I was chuffed that he won. There were some little elements inside of there that were like, oh wow, but I don't know what it was where I wasn't like Leon, I wasn't like how I was, I can't fucking remember his name now, in X and Y. I wasn't like how I was against Paul or Gary. I just felt like a little bit, yeah, not, oh my god, I don't know what it was. Thank you for commenting that down below, James. And if you do want any more suggestions of my favourite all-round battles that weren't Ashes and whatnot, like recently when we had back in Alola, where we had Kiawe, it was a Kiawe against Rock. We had a few matchups in there, didn't we, that were quite cool, and sort of OG characters, Misty and Brock coming back and doing their thing and stuff, so I'll happy, it was against Brock, wasn't it? Fuck me, my memory shot to shit. If you want me to do a list on, let us know in the comments below. It probably won't get done next week because I'd have already pre-recorded something, but it will get done at some point, so visuals more importantly. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. Hopefully we don't fuck up and have a massive fucking Steelix chilling here, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Visuals, you guys are literally the fucking best. We'll keep being you, keep out, keep it on.